Hey, you guys, this is your boy Ahmed Mohammed from Say That Den Sports coming back to you again live with a brief note. I was speaking with a buddy of mine earlier today, and we're talking about, well, why are, why are these lower level schools and these bigger schools with all this NIL money, millions of dollars to throw around to players, why are these lower level schools, some of them, competing with these higher level schools? Well, I thought about it, and I don't know if you guys thought about it, but I look at it two ways. I'm looking at it like when you got the big schools like Alabama, Florida State, Michigan, Ohio State, Georgia. These people have a whole lot of endowment money. These schools have a lot of endowment money. But we're seeing time and time again that these lower level schools that don't have the NIL money like these bigger schools have is beginning to compete, at least in the first half, and sometimes even win the game against these bigger schools. So it led me to think, man, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I'm like, well, these lower level schools, these players aren't really getting paid that much, and of course we have revenue sharing and things of that nature, but they're not getting paid that much. Their family is still need help, and their mothers and their sisters, they're not driving around in Mercedes Benzes, and their mom don't have a house. But in these big schools where all these NIL deals is getting, mama is taken care of, sister got the car dream of her, the car of her life, brother got his little crib, money into his business, and things of that nature. And these other little kids that comes from the smaller schools don't have that. So what I told him is, I think the people that don't have try a little more harder, because in the people that already have the $12 million, $8 million, $4 million a year contract, making more than some of these smaller colleges whole staff. You know, I mean, they got their bag already. Whether they make it to the NFL or not, they already got the bag. Mama and everybody is already taken care of. So this is the reason, I think, why these smaller schools with the people that don't have, and their family is still suffering because they don't have those big NIL deals. And so they're trying even harder. And that's my reasoning as to why you're seeing these smaller programs compete with the bigger schools. And that's my guess on it. What I would love to hear you guys what your reasoning is behind this, but I think that NIL has a positive effect and a negative effect as well. Um, I do think that it should be some sort of a salary cap, and it should be a little bit balanced. But at the same token, the NCAA is trying to figure that out, what they're going to do in regards to that. But at the same token, I think the smaller schools are beginning to play a little bit harder now, because they're like, look, my mom is hungry. My sisters and my brothers is hungry. I gotta make a stance for my family. And I think that's probably the reason why you're seeing these smaller colleges um, compete right along with the big boys. But I don't know. This is just a brief note from your boy Ahmed Mohammed. Let me know. Let's Say That Den Sports know. Do you think that we're in a midst of a change in terms of the smaller schools having a little bit more grit? than the big NIL schools that's paying out all this money? Let me know.